morning. It is January 6th. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Happy to have you here.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
How is 2025 treating you?
2025 is going nice. I'm enjoying it so far.
Good.
We're 6 days in. I have held up my end of the bargain on New Year's resolutions so far.
Very good.
And I'm looking forward to more adventure and happiness and sunshine.
Wow. Very good.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you for that.
It's a good start. How about you?
So far, so good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are we keeping the resolutions?
Yes, so far.
We are?
Yes.
Good.
I've been, okay.
Okay.
Well, we know that my New Year's resolution was to put down the technology and be more present with the people I'm with.
Yes.
Sometimes it's inevitable.
Yes.
You know, I'm not like sitting there scrolling on Facebook or whatever, but you know, sometimes it's, you know,
sure.
you have to pull it up.
Or you can just avoid people and then say, there's no people that I need to be around right now, so I'm going to sit here and scroll.
There it is.
There's a loophole for you.
All right, we have a lot to get to this morning here on ARC Rochester, including, drumroll, the Buffalo Bills. They may have lost against the Pats in New England yesterday, but they are heading into the playoffs with no injuries.
Yes.
We're going to be joined by the Buffalo Plus team to get some of their takeaways on the game and what we can expect going forward.
We like that. And then later, an international fashion mogul is coming to town, showing off his incredible designs on the runway.
Very
We'll
good.
get some fashion advice.
I think we need it.
The fashion police showing up, locking us both up.
Before all of that, we got to talk about the forecast. Winter has made quite a splash here around the nation and over here too. Let's get to meteorologist Marty Snyder for a check of the forecast. It is cold, Marty.
It is, yeah. A lot of temperatures coming in mainly in the near 20 range, some in the teens, some in the 20s, but been seeing these temperatures fall off just a little bit. Notice a lot of areas to the east in the teens right now. Even a few readings beginning to work down into that range to the west as well. A couple areas near 20, as is the case for the official number at the airport. And temperatures today really aren't going to move all that far. We're going to hold in that near 20, lower 20s range for a lot of the day today. So really not much of an increase for the areas that do see that increase play out. A couple snow showers possible, even a little bit of freezing drizzle still possible. Not as many reports of that now as what we're seeing overnight, but still have very small chances there given the low cloud cover that we have in place. But cold today and even just staying that way through a lot of the week. Probably even Wednesday may even struggle to get out of the teens for highs. So overall, just be ready for it. It's here and it's going to feel like January for at least this next week or so.
Drist and mizzle.
That's about it.
Yep. Boy. Well, listen, I feel like up until this point, things have been pretty smooth for us.
Yeah.
So a little taste of winter now and then, I guess that's what we get for Western New York.
Yep, no
Guess
complaints.
it's appropriate.
Right? Not unless it's Wednesday.
Yes. Thank you,
All
Marty.
Okay, sure.
All right, it's time to get moving this Monday morning. 3 local boxers recently came back from competing in the prestigious 2024 USA National Championships.
Chris Lopez is catching up with one of them this morning, learning the ins, the outs, the 1-2 punch of all of it. Chris, getting it done for us live at World Gym in Greece.
Hey, what's up, guys? Yes, I am now here with Deborah Lagares, who is Algeria's trainer, and I put on and felt the power of Algeria, but this is a woman who feels the power of Algeria every single day. She trains her all the time, and right now they are working the focus mitts. Focus mitts essentially work on Algeria's precision, the speed, and lets Deborah know how sharp Algeria is. So, Deborah, real quickly, how long have you been training in Algeria?
I've been training for 3 years now.
3 years, and how has it been?
It's been great. Yeah, we've been traveling all over the United States, working hard. Yeah, it's been great.
And when it comes to the Rochester boxing scene, this is a mid-sized city. So there's not too many boxers, but you managed to find someone who's good enough to make it to the Nationals. How does it feel to train someone who is so good?
Oh, it feels great. She's laughing.
You guys have a pretty close relationship. I'm going to ask you both some questions. How is it working with her? Is it a pretty easygoing relationship, or is it very much like coach, fighter, I tell you what to do and you listen?
It's more so like family. We have a strong relationship. Of course, people go through their stuff, but that's what makes the bond even stronger. I feel like to be great, you need a successful team, and you know, a lot of people, they have a coach, but she more than a coach to me. I treat her like she's my family, so I consider her like a second mom to me. So I'll say,
I'll let you.
pretty much she's more than just a coach to me. She's not just a coach. She's family.
Yeah, you guys seem like you transcended that fighter-coach relationship. So how is Algeria the person, not the fighter?
As the person, that's my daughter. I love her. Yeah, we're really close. I treat her like a daughter. We have this bond that it's kind of like unbreakable no matter what. Besides that, like I said, she's like a daughter. Sometimes I have to talk to her like a daughter when she gets, you know, when she's tired or needs help with anything, or I'm just here for her regardless. I'm more than a coach.
And you just came off of a nursing shift to come in here to do live television, and you still train her all of the time.
All the time.
Why do you continue to do that? That seems like an exhausting day. Algeria has a 9-to-5 job.
Yes.
This is crazy.
It's the passion for the sport. I love the sport. The kids, I like to give back. This is my way of giving back to the youth or young adults. So, and it's a passion that I have for this sport of boxing.
And your son came back. He won nationals. I want to feature him soon, but how is he?
He's a great boxer. He's ranked #1 in the nation right now, so he's won in the country. He won Outstanding Boxer of the tournament. Strong kid, skillful. Yeah.
And then on a regular training day, talk to me how you take Algeria through a training day. She was talking a little bit about it, but you definitely know how you structure that game plan.
Oh yeah, we start off first and foremost stretching. Stretching is very important. 6 to 8 stretches. Then we jump rope. Helps with footwork. Yeah. And then right straight to shadow boxing. We usually do 6 to 8 rounds, or sometimes I'll go on the clock. The bag is the hand without hands. Yep. That's something Coach Johnson always used to say, so we utilize the bag, and then we start with our cardio. Okay. Yeah.
Algeria, last question. Your least favorite part about training?
The cutting weight part. I hate cutting weight, but of course that's something you have to do as a fighter if you're not on weight, or you know, you got to make weight. So that's the least favorite, but honestly, when I'm cutting weight, it makes me more hungrier because I know I got to lose weight when I'm fighting. So
literally and figuratively hungrier, I can imagine. And I'm going to let you guys do a mitt routine just so Dan and Abby back in studio show you guys this combination that they've been working all morning. These two are in tandem. This is essentially like two people dancing. They have to know each other. They have to know the rhythm. They have to know the speed and the power. So these two are on track together. Check this out.
Dancing or pugilate?
There you go again. Good. Right there again.
So impressive.
It really is. See, when she does like that swing over that, that's when I'd get knocked right out.
Chris, amazing stuff. Please thank both of them for taking the time to show everybody that this morning. Serious skill. Yeah, 1000%. Really impressive.
1, 2.
I really feel you and I know each other so well. I think we would be great partners.
You think?
I do. I think it would take a little bit of practice, but I think after a week, we would know how the other was going.
Chris, if you can still hear us, bring back some of those mitts and a pair of gloves. We want to try it.
We're going to give it a shot.
An Arc Rochester segment tomorrow morning.
Yeah, baby.
That'd be fun. Get the bell going. Ding, ding, ding.
Perfect.
Yep. Hey, let's get to our poll of the day this Monday, and it's Monday. Yesterday the Bills played, so that's what we're talking about. Even though most of the starters didn't play in yesterday's game, we want to know, are you worried about the playoffs? 2 options here today.
Yep. It's either a yes or a no. Or you can always comment. Yeah. We'll share them if they're nice.
But
a lot of the
you
time
still have to vote.
Yeah, but you should vote.
Yes.
And we want to know your thoughts. So head to our X page, formerly known as Twitter. Go on, weigh in on the poll, and scan the QR code on your screen to get there right now. And you can take part and play, and we'll share some of the answers coming up at the end of the next hour.
What is your vote going to be?
I worry about everything. So, yes. Technically, my answer is yes. Am I confident that they're going to do great? Yes. But I still worry. because
Cautiously
I'm a lifelong
confident.
Bills fan.
Yes, exactly.
We've seen this before.
I know. Too many times we've seen this
Yep.
before. 8:10 this Monday morning. Don't go anywhere. A lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, a fan favorite menu item that got an unfavorable makeover.
Yikes. And don't forget, take us with you wherever you are. Stream us live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. We're back right after this.
White. I wasn't picking up a paintbrush.
Did you paint your apartment?
No.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, sterile white is what you get.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I like it. Hey, welcome back. It's time to step away from our personal business
Yes.
and get to some things that people are talking about this morning at the water cooler and trending now. And we're going to start things out with last night's kickoff to award season.
Yeah, you know, I'll admit I'm kind of checked out when it comes to a lot of the current movies, TV shows, things like that. So
Same.
Forgive me here in advance. The Golden Globes aired last night. Comedian Nikki Glaser hosted the 82nd event. And the film Amelia Perez
Yep.
had the most nominations this year. Have you seen that?
I have not.
Okay.
No. Some of the big movie winners: Best Drama, The Brutalist; Best Musical or Comedy, Amelia Perez;
Best Actress in a Musical or Comedy, Demi Moore, for The Substance.
That was a great movie.
I still want to see it.
Oh, you gotta watch it. It's so good. Honest to God, that is the best representation of aging in Hollywood, aging in the media.
Yeah.
And the sole focus is on females and the way they are put under the microscope in such a disgustingly different way than men.
Yeah.
It's truly she did everyone in the movie. It was phenomenal.
You know, I fear that if I watch it, it's just going to upset me.
No.
No?
Nope. It won't. It
Okay.
won't.
All right.
And you do like horror movies.
I do.
And I'll tell you, this one gets a little, it gets very dark and disgusting.
Amazing.
And I mean that in the nicest sense that
Well,
you
it is
can.
a horror movie, yes? It's a thriller?
I don't know what you
Okay.
classify it as.
Okay.
Other
I'll give it a
than
watch.
very good.
Okay.
Other than very good. Best male actor in a musical or comedy, Sebastian Stan for A Different Man.
Okay. Some TV winners.
Okay.
Best drama TV series was Shogun.
Never heard of it. Best musical comedy show, Hacks. Have you ever seen this? This is great.
I haven't seen
Oh,
it, no.
that's a great one.
Okay, and then best television limited series, Baby Reindeer. That one took over the internet.
It really did.
I feel like that was almost last year at this time.
And now I feel, I think Netflix is being held liable for like a $200 million lawsuit, defamation lawsuit, against the woman that one of the characters is based on in this.
I don't know. I don't know.
The truth is stranger than fiction. That's what they say.
Yes.
All right, let's move along. Some food news for you this morning. Okay, yes, I'm so glad we have this in because I saw the headline online this morning and it looks delicious. Krispy Kreme teaming up with a
Oh boy.
a popular breakfast brand for the first time ever.
The chain announcing a lineup with Pop-Tarts, and you see it right there, releasing 3 new donut flavors for a limited time only.
You've got Pop-Tarts Frosted Strawberry Donut. It's a strawberry-filled donut dipped in shortbread icing, topped with shortbread pieces, sprinkles, strawberry-filled drizzle, and frosted strawberry Pop-Tart bites.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Pop-Tarts also has released a frosted chocolatey fudge donut. It's chocolate frosted donut topped with brownie batter flavored buttercream, crushed frosted chocolatey fudge Pop-Tart bites.
Okay, and then this one wins all the awards. The frosted brown sugar cinnamon donut. It's cinnamon sugar donut topped with brown sugar, cinnamon cream cheese flavored buttercream, and a frosted cinnamon roll Pop-Tart bite. Look at that thing. It looks delightful, doesn't it? Yeah, I would eat it.
It wouldn't recover. I'd be so happy though.
I know.
It looks amazing.
It really does.
So you would go for the brown sugar one?
Brown sugar, then the strawberry,
Yeah.
then the plain glazed, then the chocolate.
Oh, you don't like the chocolate?
It had brownie in it, and that just no thanks, hard pass.
All of them. I'll take all of them.
Yeah.
Amazing. Don't forget the closest Krispy Kreme to Rochester is in Erie, PA.
If you are headed there, though,
Yeah.
heads up, 4225 West Henriette Road is where we're located.
You can drop them right off.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
And you'll be a friend of Wham for life.
Absolutely. All right, another food story that has a lot of people mad. Chick-fil-A has quietly changed the recipe for its waffle fries, and some are saying that they are bad.
What?
Yep.
The word actually is terrible
I
that
know.
Ashley wrote in the teleprompter. According to a statement posted on the company's website, they recently made a slight adjustment to the recipe.
They said it offers the same great taste while making their fries stay crispier longer. Something tells me it's you knew it was going to be some sort of shortcut kind of moneymaker.
Yeah.
But listen, if people are...
They're outraged.
Yeah, they are.
The addition is pea starch, and fans have been outraged over the change, saying that they have no flavor and it tastes dry and grainy.
Ew.
People are even posting that they're now boycotting the chain until they bring back the old recipe.
Wow.
I feel like the companies, they're gonna say, deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, but hey, listen, if people want to boycott, they're not a company that they know what controversy is, that company. They absolutely do.
People have been asking for years for them to open on Sundays, and they are like, too bad.
Yeah.
You know, there are other things that they have, just been very adamant about.
Yeah.
Like the little chicken pieces that they
Love
use.
and warmth of the LGBTQ plus community isn't one of the things. The company has not released any further statements as to what they're going to do moving forward. But listen, if you don't listen to what the customers want, that's a recipe for disaster.
Recipe for disaster.
It is.
Indeed.
It is.
Yep. All right, we'll move on now to a story that was all caught on camera. A Los Angeles man nearly missed his flight back home, all because he says A self-driving taxi wouldn't stop driving around the parking lot, just went around and around in circles.
It was fantastic. So this guy filmed this encounter with the driverless taxi. It was a Waymo. He says that he was trapped inside of the car as it just spun around a parking lot. Now, not only was he unable to stop the car, but so was the customer service hotline that he was on the phone with. Can we watch this whole clip?
Might be experiencing some routing issue. Please
Yeah.
bear with me while I am.
Yeah, I got a flight to catch. Why is this thing going in a circle? I'm getting dizzy. Look at what it's doing.
I understand. I'm really, really sorry, Mike. We're currently working with the situation of the vehicle. Is it circling around a parking lot, right?
It's circling around a parking lot. I got my seatbelt on. I can't get out the car. Has this been hacked? What's going on? I feel like I'm in the movies.
I understand, Mike. I'm really sorry for this. We're working with this, but by any chance, do you have an access to your Waymo app right now?
The guy goes on to say, wait a second, you are Waymo. Why do I need to be using the app for this? And the car continued to drive.
The representative was finally able to get the car back under control after a couple minutes, and the good news is he did make it to the airport just in time to catch his flight back to LA.
Yeah, he posted this encounter, though, on social media, and of course, it went viral. I mean, we've seen the Waymo cars talking to each other in parking lots, honking at each other, and then you got this. He says he's still waiting for someone from Waymo to contact him in regard to this experience.
The representative from Waymo says they have reached out for a follow-up, but he has not answered.
He might be dizzy.
I probably would have done a tuck and roll. If it really came down to it, I would have abandoned ship, I think.
Yes. But my second thought with the tuck and roll is, am I tuck and roll? My luggage is probably in the trunk of this car. I'm going to tuck and roll, and depending on which side you're tucking and rolling, God forbid the car then decides it's driving straight, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like that may even be more of a hazard to other people to not have some.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know how these driverless cars work. But all the more reason to call an Uber, I suppose.
You know, I've said it once. I've said it a million times.
What's that?
Nobody pays attention to the movie Terminator. It is not talked about enough.
Maybe he wasn't friendly to the computer inside the car.
This is true. That could be.
You know?
Yeah.
We need to hear the computer side of the story.
We do. Yes.
We do. Hey, stick around. We've got a lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, we're going behind the story.
Yeah, stick around. We're back after this. 6:25, welcome back. We're going behind the story this morning, taking a closer look at some of the top headlines that we are following.
Yeah, and we want to turn now to the heightened security measures in place today at the U.S. Capitol as members of Congress prepare to certify the 2024 election results.
This marks the first certification since January 6, 2021, when thousands of rioters stormed the Capitol in an attempt to stop the electoral process.
13 WHAM Stephanie Joseph has been following this story for us all morning long. She's live in the newsroom with the latest. Hey, Steph.
Hey there, guys. President Joe Biden is promising a peaceful transfer of power this time around. That's a clear contrast to the chaos that we saw back in 2021. Now, 4 years ago, a violent mob, as you had said, descended on the Capitol to prevent the results of the 2020 election from being certified. Now, their actions were politically motivated as they believed now President-elect Donald Trump had won instead of Joe Biden. The unprecedented attack led to hundreds being convicted. Yeah, there's a couple things. I know we were showing them in the show earlier. There's barricades, security checkpoints, and additional law enforcement presence as well that have been deployed from our sister station in D.C., WJLA. They say 500 National Guard soldiers and airmen will be on standby today.
And Steph, you know, we have seen some of those rioters convicted and sentenced, wondering what other consequences they have faced since 2021.
Yeah, so there have been a range of different charges that they have faced. So those include things like trespassing to even felonies like assaulting police officers and also seditious conspiracy. So federal crimes for this. So some of them, of course, sentenced to prison time. And I believe that one of the higher sentences was 22 years behind bars.
Now, we know that President-elect Donald Trump last go around called on Vice President Mike Pence to stop the certification process. What is current President Joe Biden telling VP Kamala Harris?
Yeah, well, he's, of course, continuing that message of upholding democracy. And that means being able to certify these election results and be able to concede an election, as we had seen with Vice President Kamala Harris, who will be overseeing today, but had lost against Trump, being able to concede those results and understand what needs to happen to make sure that this democracy can work. We actually have sound from him here.
Now it's your duty to tell the truth, to remember what happened, and not let January 6th be rewritten or even erased. To honor the Constitution, not only the most extraordinary of days, but it's one of the toughest days in American history, January 6th.
Yeah, you heard from him there saying it was a tough day. It's always a reminder for people who were there that day. I remember seeing those images of Congress people going down in their seats, trying to hide because they were in fear of their lives.
Yeah, something that many of us will never forget, and we'll continue to keep our eye on what happens in Washington, D.C. Steph, what time is all of this supposed to happen today?
It's supposed to happen around noon.
All right, we'll keep our eye on it. Thank you, Steph.
Thank you, Stephanie. Hey, stick around. We've got a lot more to get to here on ARC Rochester.
We're back right after this.
Start of Monday, baby. Good Monday morning. Welcome to Arc Rochester. Thanks so much for sticking with us today. I'm Dan Schrack.
I'm Abby Friedman. We still have a lot to get to this morning on Arc Rochester, but we are going to turn our attention now to the forecast, and we're going to talk about what to expect throughout the day today. Marty, an icy start out there.
Yeah, for us, we've been starting off with at least that mixed precipitation out there. There's been a little bit of that freezing drizzle, a couple snow showers, but again, nothing like what some other portions of the country have seen with all the real big amounts of freezing rain and things like that. So for us, benign compared to what they're seeing. For us, it's just going to be that cold setup as we head through time. And you can see all that snow mainly to our south. A lot of that really through the mid-Atlantic right now. What's left in the Ohio Valley is kind of winding down at least a little bit. Still, it's out there, but even some mixed precipitation well to our south as well. So again, bottom line, all that really intense weather is going to stay to our south. You can see all those different states that are shaded there with various warnings and advisories. And mainly from us, if you're headed south today, you get down towards like Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, points south, or even Columbus, Ohio, and points southwest. Those are the places you have to keep in mind if you're planning on traveling in those areas. I'd really have you reconsider that travel today.
I imagine there are some people locally who are wondering to themselves, people who like to go to Bristol, people who like the winter outdoors, who are wondering, when are we going to see some lake effect take over and really give us the winter that you kind of anticipate, that you've grown to expect.
Yeah, and at this point, really, it's not going to be much. The snow-making conditions are going to be great over the next few days and over the next week, because it'll be down below freezing and probably by quite a bit, and that's that key range that they need to make snow. But yeah, as far as any really significant additional accumulation, not really seeing much of that. Maybe a little dusting here and there. It's an inch of accumulation, but then again, it's that little nickel and dime amount that may get us there over time. But it's just not any huge amount that looks like it's coming anytime soon for us.
And we talked a little bit about it, but some other places, I think specifically in the south, they're getting that winter weather, and it's kind of shutting down a lot of those areas because they're not used to it. Like, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, like we've had some video. I'm not sure where this is from, if it was Kansas City or not, but that's one of the places I've been seeing that freezing rain, the snow, and as you can see, that not really good road conditions in that one area that we're seeing there. And I think that'll not be the case for us today. We're going to see it stay pretty quiet, but as we all know, that can easily happen in our part of the country. And with those cars stopped right in the middle of the interstate, that's pretty scary stuff.
The door imprints.
Oh, the time lapse.
You go to let the dog out, and the dog thinks there's another door there because the snow's just built up.
And the dog's not going out. We had that issue.
Yes. Just a flat-out refusal.
Right.
As far as we're watching us in the coming days, is any of this precipitation going to melt and or freeze, or is any of it going to be, that drizzle that really can set us up for some slick commutes?
Yeah, good question. For us, it's just been that little amount that we have seen up to this point today. It's going to be very minimal what we do see, and a lot of that's flipped over to just snow. And what we're seeing earlier today was just that lower cloud cover. Some of that moisture in the atmosphere didn't have a chance to freeze into I should say, ice crystals, or even into snowflakes before it hit the ground. So it came down in liquid form in those areas that were down below freezing and caused that little bit of a glaze. But likely not a whole lot more of that during the day today, or not a whole lot going forward. It's mainly going to be just snow that we do see for those few pockets that do try to set up over the next few days.
Okay. When I was out on the road this morning, there were plenty of salt trucks and people getting ready to make sure that the roads looked good. For the evening commute, do you anticipate any trouble?
Nothing huge. I think it's mainly going to be snow that we see then, and if we can keep it under an inch, which it looks like that's going to be the case, it could be a couple little minor issues here and there with slick spots on roads, the normal stuff that we see this time of year. But as far as any real appreciable accumulation, doesn't look like we'll see that today. So at least some good news there.
I know you have one of those big fire guns.
Oh, yeah.
What is it called?
The propane gun? Yeah. The torch? I call it the torch.
Have you ever used that on a vehicle?
No, not on a vehicle, no.
Listen, I'm just wondering. It was an ask.
Awful idea.
Of course.
Do you not like your vehicle?
No. Listen, the first one I've had in a while that hasn't kissed another car.
Yeah, right.
So we're doing well. All right.
No, that would be a great thing to use for the ice. I've never used it because my problem is usually the ice is so close to the house that
I need a solid 10 feet.
Right.
I get that.
It's good for killing weeds in the summer.
Oh, there you
Like
go.
my driveway.
All right.
That works.
Hey, all right.
As long as you're out in the middle of nowhere.
Good to know. Good to know.
Marty, thank you. We appreciate it. Time right now is 8:36. We have a lot more to get to here on our Rochester. When we come back, we're checking in with Chris Lopez, who is back in the ring for us this morning.
Ooh, don't forget, you can watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. We're back on the other side of the break. Move your body.
8:39, welcome back. Rochester recently had 3 amazing boxers compete in the 2024 USA National Championships.
Yeah, it takes a lifetime of dedication and preparation to reach that level of competition. But Chris Lopez wants to give it a shot. He wants to be the 2025 champion. He's working it out this morning in Greece, World Gym this morning. Chris, how's it going?
Not too bad, Dan. My boxing aspirations are absolutely off the table. They're gone, nada, nilch. I leave it to people like Algeria Johnson to now get hit and to deliver the punishment. Algeria had a very good 2024. Algeria, what is next for 2025? Big aspirations.
So we have a tournament in April, an international tournament I'm getting ready for. And then the Golden Gloves, February through May. It start the local, and then it's regional, and then it's nationals for Golden Gloves. So that's going to be coming up in February. And then we have the nationals in December again. That's another big tournament. So we have quite a few national tournaments coming up we're getting ready for. So we're going to be active and really busy this year.
In Algeria, you have Olympic aspirations. Not everyone has Olympic aspirations. Why do you still want to continue as an amateur when you could get paid?
I believe that I'm still young. I'm only 23 years old. Yep. When the next Olympics come around, I feel like I have a very strong chance, and I believe that I could honestly win a gold medal. And I'm not just saying that just to say it. I believe in my heart that I would be the next female other than Clarissa Shields to get a gold medal. It hasn't been done in years, in a while, and I want to be the first Olympian from Rochester, New York. And I'm going to be 26 when the Olympics is coming around. I feel like that'll give me more time to gain more experience, get more national wins, and get my spot on Team USA #1 and get that international experience. And I believe in my heart that I could bring back gold.
And to show people.
I've been to many different cities. I have got international work with one of the best female boxers, Katie Taylor. I sparred her in Connecticut. We do a lot of traveling, me and my team. We spar different styles, so we don't just stay in one spot. We really busy, and we always on the road.
And I'm going to let you get back to the bag work, back to training. I wish you good luck. I will probably see you again sometime down the road.
Thank you.
I'm going to go over to someone that is very much responsible for how good Algeria is. And when it comes to Algeria, what's her work ethic like?
Oh, she's a hard worker. She puts her all into the sport. So if I tell Jiria, just give me 50%, Jiria's going to give me 100%.
Okay.
You know, she's always on time. She's content. She can adjust well. And she's skillful, so we're just sharpening her tools.
And how did you get into boxing?
My son, at 4 years old, he walked up to me and said, "Hey, Mom, I want to box," out of nowhere. And before you know it, I ended up becoming a coach.
And you're volunteering your time for this. You don't get paid for the most part. You are a USA boxing coach, and that is no easy feat to achieve. How did you go from just randomly taking an interest into your son's interest to becoming a USA boxing coach? That's pretty crazy.
Well, I guess it started off with training in Algeria. She won the Golden Gloves. My son won the USA Nationals at 12 years old. He's been ranked #1 for a while now, but at 12 years old, he under me coaching him, he won a tournament the same year, and before you know it, we were just winning, and I got a call from USA Boxing that they wanted me on the team. They needed a female, and asked if I would join the team, and I got hired.
And what's it like coaching the kids of Rochester? You said how many kids do you coach total?
I have about 13, 14 kids now. Yeah.
And what's it like? What's the boxing community like in Rochester? It's not a big city. It's not like New York City.
No, it's not a big city, but it's family oriented just because it's not a big city. So these kids are like my kids, you know. They adapt to me well, and I have a partner who works with me, Kenny Abril. He was a professional boxer, so we kind of adapt to these kids, and these kids adapt to us. And I try my best to take them all over the United States of America to get work and
champions. That is pretty good. Algeria is the first ever female national Golden Gloves champion. I'm gonna send it back to you guys in studio. Big things on the horizon for Rochester boxing.
Yeah, you can say that again, Chris. Very cool.
We really need to get out there and do this, Abigail.
Yes. Yeah.
We got to do this.
All right.
I want to get in the ring with Algeria.
I have a bag at my house.
Do you?
I do.
Is it speed bag?
No, it's one of the hanging ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, stick around. A lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, this week's Health in a Handbasket.
We're back after this.
winter, which means it's soup season. And for this morning's Health in a Handbasket, we're getting some easy soup recipes and ideas to help keep you warm.
Yeah, for more, we're joined now by registered dietitian and nutritionist Jen Hafley. Jen, you brought some soups with you this morning. And knowing you and knowing your recipes, these are all probably pretty easy to make and probably pretty good for you too.
They are pretty easy. You saw me, maybe saw me wrapping up the final ingredients for this one. Just as I was coming in, I brought some hot water with me just so it didn't get a little bit soggy and you could see it kind of firm up. But I brought some loaded baked potato soup, so really easy. I sauteed some onions. I would recommend shallots for a more neutral flavor palette, but then canned potatoes, so super simple, already really soft, and then added in cheddar, and then once you warm it up, it gets a nice soup consistency, so we can kind of tip that there.
You know what? I'm thinking you probably could, and let me know if you can. If you didn't want to go the canned route, but last night we had baked potatoes with dinner, and you got 3 or 4 leftover potatoes, boom.
For sure. I picked canned just because I didn't have to then bake a potato,
Sure.
but that is a great option. You also could top with bacon or add in like some tofu, some beans, something to add a little bit more protein, but I just did it with what I had on hand because I was like, I'm talking about easy soups. I'm not going to go to the grocery store.
There you go.
And it seems like something that you could, you know, put it in the freezer if you have a bunch of leftovers, heat it up again in a few weeks or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's another one too where you could kind of reintegrate like broccoli, for instance, and have it be even a different flavor profile.
Maybe some sour cream in there or chives.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. All right, very cool. And you said you were finishing this one up. What did you do?
So
How did you do
this one I did borrow from a creator online, and it is ramen in a jar. So it's ramen noodles with some seasoning spices on the bottom. I just added sriracha because that's what I had on hand, but there are a bunch of different options you could add. I also added a little bit of soy sauce on the bottom, and then added vegetable broth and added hot water. So traditional ramen packets, super lovely to add in, but maybe don't have as many vegetables. Maybe if you're watching your sodium, that's something you want to be aware of. So this allows you to have ramen a little bit more to your specifications, and I have some baby carrots and some peppers diced up in there.
Interesting. And the noodles that you have, those are just from the grocery store?
Yep, they're Wegmans ramen noodles, so not the traditional like in the packet that we all think about, but more of a long noodle. So I broke them in half in order to fit in the jar, so that's why they don't look as ramen-y, but they are just ramen noodles from the store.
It is great because you can do this once you get to work. You use the hot water spigot in the and leave it for 10 minutes, and those noodles will cook up and soften right there on their own.
Exactly.
Like it.
Very good. All right, and the last one over here.
So this is my variation of minestrone soup. I know it's not 100% traditional minestrone. However, it's super easy to get rid of a lot of bad. You're going to saute onions, garlic, your mirepoix mix, so carrots, celery, onions together with that garlic, and then add in your vegetable broth and then pasta and vegetables of choice.
Boom, good to go.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
And I think I added some chickpeas in there as well. I didn't have any kidney beans, so we got chickpeas today.
Well, that's all right.
Very good.
I did something similar this past weekend. The back of the freezer, it's like, okay, what half bag of vegetables do I have? Did that mirepoix right from the base, and there you go. I didn't even need the broth because there are a ridiculous number of vegetables that I just kept on throwing
For sure.
in. You know? And
Yeah.
it kind of cooks as it cooks. It makes its own stock.
Exactly. I did learn too. I went to go make mac and cheese last night and do a roux, which is butter, flour, and then you add milk and fold in the cheese. Classic Schitt's Creek reference there. If you don't have milk, you can use vegetable stock. So I think I'm going to keep it on hand because it
Didn't know
created
that.
a nice, a thick sauce to then pour over noodles.
Very
Sounds
good.
good.
Jen,
Love it.
thanks for the recommendations. Thanks for your time today. Hit them with the website before we go.
It's artyenjen.com and Instagram at art.
Good stuff.
Perfect. Hey, don't go anywhere. We've got a lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour.
We're back after this.
Good Monday morning. Thanks so much for joining us here. Here's your ARC Rochester news break. Counseling for students in Brighton continues today as the community grapples with a shocking case of domestic violence that left 3 people dead, including an 11-year-old girl. On Friday, police found 11-year-old Ann Mancuso unresponsive on a front porch on Hollyvale Drive. Her father, Lawrence, and grandmother, Mary, were found dead in a home next door. Investigators say Lawrence took his own life after killing his daughter and her grandmother. Community members came together last night to pay their respects and pray for the families. We're told similar gatherings will be happening across Brighton for the next 8 days, marking 11 days of memorials to honor Ann's life. Counseling support will be available tonight at 12 Corners Middle School, where Ann was a student. It runs from 6. Reminder, if you or someone you know is a victim of domestic violence, there are resources available. The Willow Domestic Violence Hotline is available 24/7 at 222-SAFE or 222-7233. 3 people are in custody after a liquor store on Bay Street was broken into. It happened after 9 last night. Police tell us when they arrived, they found a suspect standing outside a broken window and 2 more inside the building. We're told one of the suspects was found hiding inside a crawl space. Now, as of this morning, no charges have been announced. And we're waiting to learn the name of the person killed in a weekend house fire in Irondequoit. The fire started early yesterday morning on Highview Drive. Firefighters found 1 person dead inside the home. Right now, investigators are still working to figure out what caused this fire. New details this morning about a massive 5-alarm fire that ripped through a Rochester warehouse over the weekend. It all started around 9 Saturday night on Hague Street when police responded to a burglar alarm. Now, when they arrived, they saw signs of a fire and called for help. It took 72 firefighters hours to get those flames under control while battling strong winds and freezing temperatures. Embers came dangerously close to nearby homes, forcing neighbors to evacuate. Now, thankfully, though, no one was hurt. Crews are still investigating the cause of the fire. A man in his 30s is recovering after a weekend shooting on the city's west side. Officers were called to the area of Massif and Lisbon Streets around 12:30 yesterday afternoon for the report of gun on Lyle Avenue. Investigators say the 33-year-old was shot on Massif, then driven to Lyle to wait for police. He was taken to Strong Memorial with what we're told are non-life-threatening injuries. No suspects are in custody. Now, for all of these top stories and any new developments, be sure to visit 13wham.com. Stick around. ARC Rochester is back right after this.
Monday morning. It is January 6th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Abby Friedman.
And I'm Dan Schreck. We've got a lot coming up in this second hour of ARC Rochester, including one local business owner patenting a new product. We're going to be learning all about the Solo Beauty. She's going to join us live in studio with the demonstration.
And then later we will be going over the results for our poll of the day. This morning we asked you, it's got to be a Bills question, right? Even though most of the starters didn't play for yesterday's game, are you worried about the playoffs? Yes or no?
Nah, but really, yeah, at the same time. We know they can do it. They just have to put their mind to it.
That too, yes. And we want you to weigh in over on our X account. Scan the QR code on your screen. It'll take you to the X page. Submit your answer, comment below, and we'll have the results for you coming up at the end of this hour. So look forward to that.
But speaking of the Bills, we want to talk about yesterday's game because, yes, while it was a loss to the Pats, it wasn't all that bad for Buffalo.
For more on the takeaways from yesterday's game, we have Mike and Jenna joining us on the phone. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good morning, guys.
Let's get right into it. You guys are heading back for thoughts on that loss. You know, it was uncomfortable to watch, I'm not going to lie.
Okay, so here's what I would tell you guys. The moment you saw Josh Allen sprint on the field, hand off one time, smile, and run off the field, told you everything you needed to know about that game. I forgot about that game at that moment. Like, that game meant absolutely 0.0 for this team. The bunch of backups, guys trying to get their money, you know, Von Miller with the sack and all that stuff. The game meant nothing. In fact, I think the Bills kind of enjoyed, if I say enjoyed, got the pleasure of seeing the Patriots blow the #1 pick and, quote, win against the backups. That game might as well have not been played in terms of going forward. It's a whole different bunch that are on the field coming up on Sunday against the Broncos.
Talk to us, if you will, about that matchup, because this is the first time in the playoffs, the second time only ever in the playoffs that the Bills are, you know, in this wild card game against the Broncos.
Dan, I love when you talk football.
Am I right?
Those team all about. You know, you might not be familiar with what Denver does. They have a rookie quarterback in Bo Nix who's been playing well this season. Their head coach, Sean Payton, has a lot of experience and a lot of time in the NFL. And they also have a pretty good defense. Now, that being said, the Bills earned the #2 seed in the playoffs. That means this game will be at home. It will be in front of Bills Mafia. The Bills are the better team, but it is the playoffs. And, you know, this is a new season for this entire team. It's the entire NFL. They always joke, it's the old cliche of now everyone starts over and you're at 0-0. And yesterday, Sean McDermott was asked about what does it take to win a Super Bowl. McDermott has been to the Super Bowl with other teams twice, and he says you just cannot overlook every day. You have to stay on task. You have to prepare. You cannot overlook the details, and that is what this Bills team is doing heading into this week.
We had your story run earlier in the morning, the big sports recap that you guys share with us. And one of the things that you wrote, I think, was one of the positive takeaways. Nobody got hurt for the Buffalo Bills. They got plenty of rest. All of the starters did. Weigh in a little bit more on that, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a big plus. You know, first of all, you know, any player, I would say, you know, there were some guys playing in the game yesterday that are not going to be on the regular roster for the playoffs. They've come up in the practice squad, or they're just pretty deep on the roster. But there were guys out there playing like Von Miller, limited time, A.J. Epinesa, James Cook. Everybody, we were in the locker room afterward. Everybody was feeling pretty good, not specifically about the game, but healthy. Nobody was in the training room. That's all a plus. Plus, it is a long season. It is a lot of games, and they were not getting beaten up in the game. When you say rest, it's rest and also recovery from the weeks before. I think it's a huge plus. You know, Denver had to play. Now, Kansas City played their backups because they had clinched the #1 seed. And Denver won 38-0, and they crushed them. It was a huge game. But they played all their starters. And I think it is always a benefit to have the extra time off, especially when you know it's coming, you plan for it, you practice that way. I think in part, I think the Bills probably were already preparing for the Broncos, at least in large part because it was the favorite, the team they were likely to play. But I think that time off after months of football to have basically a bye week and then go into the playoffs, I think is huge for them.
Yeah, and just jumping off that real quick, like you talked earlier about, the Bills lost to the Patriots. How concerned are you? The Bills earned the right to treat this past Sunday, like the preseason. And I mean that in the best way possible because they got the job done of getting into the playoffs and winning the division. So they were able to treat yesterday as kind of a rest day for those guys that you were going to need into the playoffs. And so for the fact that the Bills got guys like Josh Allen a lot of rest and Ed Oliver and Daquan Jones and players like that, and also it didn't seem like any of the backups got banged up as well, that's a positive sign heading into the playoffs because it's the Bills team in the past that has been pretty beaten up going into the postseason. But as it stands right now and as it looks, it feels like the Bills are healthier than most going into this part of the year.
All right, so we're back home this Sunday. There's a lot of talk about home field advantage, and I don't know, does that actually mean anything? What does playing at home versus somebody else's stadium actually do, other than, obviously, the momentum that they get from the fans?
Yeah, I think that's a lot, Dan. And look, there is no specific rule, like in baseball, you bat last. Okay, that's not really the case in football. There is no particular rule that is an advantage, but a great example will be, so Jenna, we were talking about Bo Nix, the rookie quarterback for Denver, never been in a playoff game before. The big difference between when he's at the line of scrimmage and 65,000 people are screaming while he's trying to get the plays called, I think that is a very legitimate advantage for the home team. Bills won every game at home this year. The fans, Josh Allen talked about it last week because that means a lot. It's the little things that cause, whether it's a false start or an offside, that hurt a team. So Denver's 1st and 10 at their own 20. Next thing you know, it's 1st and 15 because they got a 5-yard penalty. The fans can impact the game in that way. And I know it's Sunday at 1 o'clock. Maybe it's not the same as an 8 o'clock game. But my guess is Bills fans have been waiting for this, so it will be loud in the place.
Yeah, and also I always think of how comfortable 65,000 people booing you as you are entering.
Well, Shrek gets booed. You get booed often, don't you?
I do, but it's typically done via voicemail.
Other thing I wanted to mention, if this game was in Denver, you'd also be playing in elevation, which is a huge difference for players. It's just something to adjust to. They don't have to worry about any of that. We're at Buffalo ground level for the game coming up on Sunday.
Guys, we're running low on time, but, we don't get to work together that often, so you don't really know me that well, but I am definitely a worst-case scenario kind of person. I worry about everything all the time, even though the Bills have had an amazing season, and even though they've been so fun to watch, in my mind, I'm like, everything is about to melt down. When it comes to what we need to worry about going into this week, whether it's, the rookie quarterback, whether it's Tyler Bass, for you too, what are the red flags that are maybe not waving just yet, but are there?
I think for me, a concern is Tyler Bass a little bit. I think he's played better in the second half of the season, but at the same moment, that has been kind of a concern all year long. It's just the confidence level in him. Can he make big kicks in big moments? Can he make big kicks in the little moments, like the extra points and stuff? So that is something that we've kind of followed throughout the season. Obviously, last year at the end of the year, Tyler Bass missing a field goal that was really important for the Bills, ended up knocking the Bills out of the postseason. So for me, my attention is on Tyler Bass. I think he's kicked better as of late, but he hasn't been the Tyler Bass of a couple years ago. So that would be the one thing that one of the things that I'm kind of watching heading into this stretch.
And I think Jenna's with me on this. There's some concern about the Bills' defense. I mean, Denver can score points. They have talented receivers. They do have a young quarterback. The Bills' defense needs to play well. I do like the matchup for the Bills, even though the Broncos have talented guys on defense. They really can get after the quarterback, but a strength of the Bills has been their offensive line, and Josh Allen is great at avoiding pressure. I mean, he was only sacked, I think, maybe 13, 14 times all season, which is incredible. They have the better quarterback. They have the more experienced team. It's tough. The playoffs are tough. All good to be in the playoffs for the first time in 8 years. But I would say for a Bills fan, you know, the advantage at quarterback with the experience and the ability is a huge thing in the playoffs. That's what should make you sleep better, Abby, waiting for this game. But it's still the playoffs. Games are tight, and you're just going to have to be ready for 3 hours of anxiety coming up Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Well, I want to make the quick argument here to back these two up that we've got Josh. We're not worried about him.
This is true.
And listen, I'm not 4 or 5 weeks ago, maybe 8 weeks ago at this point. I don't know. The season it's all run together. But as soon as they did that, he turned around for the team.
Yeah.
Did he not?
He did. He was better. Yeah. He missed a very short kick in Detroit, and yesterday he missed an extra point. Jenna's right. You got to do the little things, and then in big moments. Now, he did make a long field goal, or a longer one yesterday, which was great to see. Kind of windy, cold, so that's good. They just need him to come through when they call on his name. I mean, that's the thing about kickers, and you're just expected to make them. And he's got to make them. And there's going to be big kicks this week and weeks going forward. So it's definitely a concern.
Listen, put me on the roster. That'll scare him.
Okay. Yeah, I think for different reasons, maybe.
Thank you two so much.
Thanks,
we really appreciate it. Drive safely.
Safe. Time right now is 9:12. Don't forget, plenty of coverage over on the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. Jenna, Mike, and Dan have their thoughts. More thoughts than you just heard on the Bills-Broncos matchup. Scan the QR code on your screen to get to that YouTube page right now.
Thoughts without my sports critiques mixed in there.
It's all right.
You gotta try. Stick around. A lot more to come right here on Arc Rochester, including when we come back, the event that's taking the runway later this month.
Yeah, and don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. Stream us live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel.
9:15 this Monday. We're looking ahead this morning to an upcoming evening of exquisite design and unforgettable style with an international fashion mogul.
Yeah, London designer and renowned name in fashion. Adebayo Jones is coming to Rochester at the end of the month, and we're getting a very special preview this morning.
We certainly are. For more, we are joined now by fashion stylist and founder of Fashion Week in Rochester, Megan Mundy. Thank you so much for waking up with us. We really appreciate it.
Of course. This is not as early as I have woken up for interviews before, so this was a real gift.
Well, you are more than welcome. Talk to us. Talk to us first and foremost about the designer we've got coming this year.
So it's actually so full circle how this happened. For Fashion Week, I'm always looking to bring new fashion here into Rochester. And when I started Fashion Week, I started by an inspiration of going to Fashion Week of Toronto. So I decided to go up to Toronto for African Fashion Week, and I met this incredible designer, Adebayo. And I had been in the back room looking at his clothes, and I met him. And then I reached out to him when I got back to Rochester because I loved his collection. And I said, I'd love to meet with you and talk to you about coming to Fashion Week of Rochester and being on our runway. And he said, I'm in Rochester. I have friends here. So it was like this serendipitous moment.
Wow.
And so he came to my office, we met, and he said, will you do a small fashion show for me and a trunk show so I can get my clothes into the US market? And when I first moved here 27 years ago, I used to do runway shows and trunk show events for South African designers, Portuguese designers. So I kind of wanted to go back to my roots. And this is a Meg Mundy LLC event, but then Adebayo will also go to the Fashion Week and place his clothes on our runway in May.
Can I just ask a quick follow-up?
Sure.
A fashion show I get. What is a trunk event?
A trunk show is, so Adebayo will arrive with a collection of clothes. Those clothes will be shown on the runway and everybody in the audience can look at them. Then after the event, the models will be strolling and people can make appointments to come back, try the clothes on, and custom order it. So they can see it on the runway and then they can order it in their size, which I'm a huge believer in because there's so many shapes and sizes in the world right now, and everybody wants to look beautiful. So we'll take your measurements, we'll pick your fabrics, the order will go off to London where his production is, and then it'll come back and you can put it on.
That is
So,
amazing.
yeah.
What, if you had to describe Adebayo's style, how would you describe it?
Old world elegance.
Wow.
And fashion. He is a gentleman that I have never met. Like, even the emails he writes me, they're like poetic. And it just, we literally met and just became great friends. And now we've just been communicating because he's back in London. And so it's just elegant. And when people are always looking for things to wear to black tie, and he does wonderful suits for men, very Bridgerton kind of vibe for the men, which is pretty chic right now. And he's just, and he can custom make anything for you. So,
well, and I kind of like that style, and I think society is moving back toward that. From the oversized sweatshirts and all of that, we're going back to, trying to look classy and top-notch. And I'm a believer that there's no such thing as overdressed.
I couldn't agree with you more. And when I first moved here, coming from Madison, people would say, where are you going? And I'm like, I'm just out and about.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel like our world has gotten to a point where we need to make a bit of an effort. I'm all about comfort, but I think if you want to go out and present yourself to the world, people do notice. And I think it's sort of a dying art, and I want to bring it back. And that's always been my goal for Rochester, is elevate the fashion level, celebrate the designers, celebrate style, and just put on your best clothes and look beautiful.
A tuxedo at Nick Tahoe's, right?
Yeah, why not, right?
Well, yeah, I guess. If you're going there after a party.
Yeah, or just to go there.
Yeah, exactly.
For someone sitting at home who may not have been to Fashion Week events in years past, what can they expect this year?
So our event is at the Community Gallery right at Colville Road Armory, right next to Fleet Feet. You can get your tickets at Adebayo Jones on Eventbrite, or you can look up Meg Mundy LLC. It'll go right to our Eventbrite site. You'll walk in, you'll be handed a glass of champagne if you'd like. You'll be seated. We have an interview first with Adebayo, sitting right in front of the entrance to the runway with Pam Sherman, who's a well-known media presence here in Rochester. And then he'll tell you a quick little bit about his history, and then the show will start to roll. Fabulous music, strolling models. We have Apogee Wine Bar, which is doing a satellite bar for us, so you can get a cocktail. And then we'll be right there at Culver Road Armory, so if you want to go to Trotta afterwards and have a bite. It's just going to be a full, complete evening, and you can stay around and mingle and feel the fabrics and meet Adebayo and place your order if you want. So tickets on Eventbrite under Adebayo Jones. And you can just expect total glamour, but in a Rochester overly welcoming vibe.
Very good. Thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it. We'll put all the event information that you need to know over on our website, foxrochester.com.
Thank you so much.
9:21 this morning. Stick around. We've got a lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, we are once again going behind the story.
Yeah, we're back right after this. Welcome back. We are once again going behind the story this morning, getting all of the latest information on some of the top news headlines that we're following.
We certainly are. In political news, services continue for former President Jimmy Carter. He currently lies in repose at the Carter Presidential Center in Atlanta. 13 Wham's Stephanie Joseph is in the newsroom this morning. She's been following this story for us for just about a week now. Steph, what can you tell us?
Hey guys, good morning. Carter had died last week at age 100. The former president was remembered over the weekend in a memorial service. Now his family honoring not only his legacy, but the one he built with his wife, Rosalind. The two continued their humanitarian efforts through the Carter Center, established after his presidency.
Now, we know there was a service for him this past Saturday at the Carter Center. Who got up there and spoke?
Yeah, so we heard from family. We know that his son, Chip Carter, also known as James Earl Carter III, had spoken, as well as his grandson, Jason Carter. I believe that we have sound from the both of them.
He was an amazing man, and he was held up and propped up and soothed by an amazing woman. And the two of them together changed the world.
We will spend this week celebrating this incredible life and a life that I think we can all agree is as full and powerful as any life can be. As someone said, it's amazing what you can cram into 100 years.
And I know that we were talking about the backdrop of the Carter Center as well. There were Carter Center employees there whose work obviously had been concentrating on those international diplomacy, mediation, fighting disease, a lot of humanitarian efforts there.
And Steph, all of that happening over the weekend. What is it that we can expect this week? It is Monday.
Yeah, so we know that until January 7th, that's going to be early January 7th, Carter will lie in repose at the Carter Center. Then on January 9th, that's considered a national day of mourning that had been proclaimed by President Joe Biden. He is expected to deliver a eulogy at Carter's state funeral, which will be happening again on Thursday.
For the Lion State there in D.C.
Yes, that'll be coming up on the 7th. So we know that he will be in repose in Atlanta from today through tomorrow, actually, early that D.C. So between that time, they will be actually able to come and view.
All right, Stephanie, thank you for the report. We appreciate it. Again, former President Jimmy Carter honored over the weekend and will continue to be honored over the next several days.
Thanks, Steph. Hey, stick around. We've got a lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester.
We're back on the other side of the break.
Before 9:30 this Monday morning, thanks for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester. If I can speak, I'm Dan Schrack.
You want to try it again? One more time?
Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Dan Schrack.
I'm Abby Fridman. We still have a lot to get to coming up in the next half hour here on ARC Rochester, but we're going to jump right into our next guest, who has a very unique product that she has designed and patented.
Yes, it's exciting. The product is designed to apply sunscreen in those hard-to-reach places. And for more on the product and why she created it, we are joined now by the founder of Solo Beauty, Kathy D'Alfonso. Thanks so much for waking up and coming in.
Thank you.
And congratulations on the patent. I have heard what a process this can take, and you said 2 years.
Yes, I was surprised and excited because I know that when I designed this was just going to work for everybody. It's easy. You could just put right over your shoulder. You could reach your back, your mid-back, your lower back, your feet. You could take this off, wash, dry, and reuse. And I've washed mine over 500 times. So I liked that so much, I decided to create one for the shower.
Oh, look at that.
And Very cool.
Can I feel that? Oh, Oh, wow.
Yeah, and you really get clean with this one.
Oh, all right.
And again, you could take this off, wash and dry, and reuse. And I made a bunch of colors, and if people have a specific theme that they want for, you know, football or wedding, I can design different colors for them and make the bright ones so you can find them in the laundry.
There you go.
Good. All right, so tell us the inspiration behind this. It all started with sunscreen, yes?
Well, I'm a melanoma survivor, and I know it's very important to put sunscreen on your back, and most of us just can never just reach that middle part of your back. And after trying so many products, I just decided to design something, went through 8 prototypes, and I finally created the perfect one. And I loved it so much, I decided to start bringing it out to a farm market and see how it would go. And people loved it. And I've called all the people who've bought it, and they said, this is great. I wish I had this sooner.
Okay, so let me ask. Sunscreen, shower, can you use just lotion?
Oh,
we live
gosh,
in Western New York. You
Absolutely.
get very dry during the
Yes.
winter.
And what's great about this is that when you put this on, I made it so the lotion does not get absorbed, sits right in. You can wash, dry, and reuse. I tested hair removal products. You could put sunscreen, essential oils. You can put Aquaphor. You can use any type of like pain relief medicine. You know, because sometimes people don't want to get that peppermint smell on their hands. So this is great. Put it on there, put it in the wash, dry it, and reuse again.
And you mentioned going to the farmers markets and selling it, but what has been the overall feedback from people?
I just get a lot of people who, you know, some people live alone and they just don't have the help. Or, you know, it's personal when you're applying lotion or washing your back, and some people just want to be able to do it themselves. And that's what I'm getting is everyone says, this product helps. Because of the angle that I had created, it just makes it super easy for anybody. If they're sitting down in a wheelchair, have MS, arthritis, Parkinson's, this product helps. And feel how soft it is.
It's very soft.
That's soft?
Oh, that's a nice one.
And then you can
what
take
is that one for?
This is for lotion.
That's the lotion one?
Okay.
Yes.
And then the one with the rougher side, it's like exfoliating, right?
It's in the shower. It's great. And again, you could take this off and use this, you know, on or off the applicator too. So it makes it a dual purpose.
I'm willing to bet the holiday season for you was pretty easy because you had something to give everybody.
Well, yes. And it was, you know, it was just nice. A lot of people were coming up to my shop. I have a shop in Irondequoit, and they were using them for stocking stuffers. And one lady called me. She was so excited. She saw me on a commercial, and she's like, I need this as my stocking stuffer. And so the person came up and bought it, and I checked on everybody, and they love it. So I think
That's
it's a
really
great
incredible.
product to use. It's local. I'm here. You could come in. You could feel it. I could show you how to use it.
Very good.
Where for someone sitting at home who says, okay, yes, I want one, can they only get them at the shop? Where do they go? How do they get
could
one?
go right on my website, solobeautyrock.com. They could come in. They could come into my shop. They can call me. You know, and if some people don't have the means, I have no problem dropping it off at someone's house too, because sometimes people just don't have the means to do that. And then I could show them how to use it, you know, and give them the personal experience.
Very good.
Thank you.
Kathy, thank you for your time today. And again, congratulations on the patent as well.
Thank you.
Certainly no small
cool.
feat. And we'll post all the information that you need over on foxrochester.com. Again, super cool. And congratulations.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
again. Hey, stick around. We've got a lot more to come right here on Arc Rochester, including when we come back. We are again indulging this Monday morning. We'll tell you more after this.
Don't forget, take us wherever you are. Stream us live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. now for the trend trials. And this morning we are revisiting a story that we talked about on, what was it, Friday? Yeah, Friday. Some of the new Oreos that have just been released.
I'm excited. Stephanie's excited. She's here to give some of the new flavors a try. We also have some of the older flavors that they're not even old. Oreo, I've said it before, they just have so many flavors.
Yeah.
They've got them, so we're going to try.
Yeah. All right, so we'll jump right in.
of these.
Daniel, do you know how many of these you can have?
I can have all of them with the exception of the mint bars. Do you guys want to try the mint bar first, though? Because it's ice cream, and
not?
I'm afraid it might
gonna
melt on us.
That's a good call. Good call. Thank
There
you
you
very
are.
much.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you.
They look pretty delicious. They are a delicious, the coating is made from crushed Oreo wafer pieces.
Oh, I should have opened it from the other side.
It's a frozen treat. They're mint bars. 5 to a pack. Only 170 calories per serving. A serving is 1 bar.
Yeah. So these are the mini ones, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
What?
So they
Are
have
they
the-
regular size?
Oh,
no.
wait, no,
This
I
is
lied.
just mint.
So I think producer Ashley, they just released the mini ones. Is that true or is that false?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes.
yes. The little mint bites. I see it here on the side of the box. They look pretty good. What's the reaction, Mike?
It's great.
Catch? And Jeff, yours is here on the
It's
table.
bordering toothpaste.
It's bordering.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Really?
Sorry. I am a big mint fan, though.
I love this. This is
Yeah.
great.
It's not bad.
But it's toothpastey?
I really like toothpaste.
It's bordering. It's getting...
So you don't want to have a glass of orange juice after you have this?
Oh, no. Nobody does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Up next is
gotta
the
move on.
Game Day
I'll
Oreo.
be back for that one.
The only, so I asked what's new about these. It's just the design on the Oreo. I guess there's 5 unique Game Day design. Yeah, 5 football designs to play.
Oh,
In play.
You ever seen, like, if you do the little H with your hand?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you got the little triangle of paper.
Yeah.
So it's just a regular Oreo, though, isn't it?
It looks like the shade of brown is a tad lighter.
It's lighter.
Yeah, it's football brown.
Touchdown.
Is
That's
there
what
a
mine
price
says.
difference between these ones and
I
like the
don't.
regular?
Listen. I'm
Okay. Ashley's
not
gonna look it
100%
up.
sure, but this
Are you
is
gonna
not this. I'm not wasting calories on a regular Oreo. I will try one of the Oreos with real Oreo cookie crumbs on the inside, and I guess these are
you can
pretty
see
stuffed.
it's the brown, the shade of brown.
Yeah, it's football
and it
brown.
definitely tastes lighter. The cocoa, there's a
Really?
strong aftertaste, and this one isn't. It might just be because
get
of the
that
mint.
vibe.
Yeah.
Same price.
Same
Do you guys
price,
want to
okay.
try the?
Well, you try it first. I want
Okay.
to know your reaction because
Okay.
if it's not good, I'm gonna. Oh.
I'll try you go. I don't need a cookie.
Is it good though?
Listen, I could eat Oreo cream all day long. It's delightful.
Okay. All right. Hold on. I'll give it a shot
You gonna try it?
Yeah, because I'm not gonna finish that one.
Wow.
It has the
It's
cookie
even got a.
pieces.
It's even got a good. I don't want to call it an aftertaste. It's got a good follow-up.
Just throw that out.
Yeah, I'm just throwing the cookies in that. Put it right in the box. Box is garbage. There you go. All right. Toffee crunch.
It's okay to me.
Really?
It's all right. It's all right.
Wow. Wow.
It's
Wait.
not
Oh,
hitting.
these ones were new. We got to try the other
What are
new one
those?
quick.
Oh.
The Oreo Thins Tiramisu.
Ooh, I'm very excited about this one.
This is okay. Here's my damage. They say this is family size. This is like a movie on the couch for one.
Well, they're
It
thins.
is.
They're
I get it.
thins.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Oh yeah, and look, there's nothing to them.
The smell is very, very strong.
Oh, is it?
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It? Oh, it's bad. Thank you.
I don't love it.
Oh, okay.
It's got
That
a
was-
coffee.
Woo.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
This
not.
is not the new flavor.
Oh, we don't have the Irish cream. The tiramisu has a strong espresso taste, and there is coffee in tiramisu.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's bad.
No.
It's just not my favorite.
The taste is better than the smell, I
Of
think.
the ones that we've tried, this is up there for me.
Ooh, okay.
The smell, though, I agree.
Do we do Java chip flavored cream first? Okay, yeah, we should, because this one's got coffee flavoring in it, and why not follow coffee with coffee?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wow. Ooh, geez.
Oh,
yeah,
wow,
that
I can
hits you.
smell it.
That is very, very
Whoa.
strong coffee-wise. Holy
Okay.
Okay. I exhale and sigh as I'm doing this, like this is a difficult job, okay? What did you do today?
Somebody's
Tested
gotta do
Oreos? Nope.
No, not for you.
Ooh, wow, yeah, I really don't.
Nope.
Don't spit it out. Just
It's stronger
You're all right.
in the coffee
It's
flavor
really not-
than the tiramisu. I will say.
Dan.
That's not good.
you're gonna get sued by Oreo.
No,
You're not careful.
it's my opinion that the Java chip flavor cream is pretty disgusting.
I have a lot of problems with coffee flavored
people?
things, though. No.
No.
Okay.
This isn't so bad.
This one I'm really hoping is. You didn't like it?
No, it's not so bad.
We have very different tastes.
Yeah, Steph.
Like this is coffee.
This-
It's great.
Something tells me this is gonna be okay.
I don't know if I agree.
Toffee something something.
I don't know about this one.
Toffee flavor cream.
It's another.
Jeff,
strong
grab that
scent.
ice cream before it melts.
That's for you, buddy. What do we think? Is it all right?
Okay.
It's got sugar crystals in it. I'm not a fan. Hard pass. I think the winner here,
For you.
yeah, is the loaded Oreo.
I think the ice cream is really good, but I love ice cream.
So which ones
Tiramisu
stay?
for me.
Which ones go?
Toffee goes.
Toffee goes. The tiramisu goes.
No.
Steph likes the tiramisu. The Java flavor
I will
cream.
concede for that.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah.
The plain Oreos.
I like that it has a lighter chocolate taste.
I'm gonna try because I don't believe that for 1 second.
Really?
Stephanie, no.
But look at the color difference,
Okay.
right?
It does. It does.
Perfect for game day because you've got other snacks that you got.
I am going to make the argument that this cookie is better than the regular Oreo.
Whoa! Is that a hot take?
Wait, look. I'm gonna come up close. Look at the
You
color
didn't even have to
difference.
stand. Yeah, you could see it. So,
Okay.
it's up there.
So we're
for me.
keeping it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I don't know if I would market it as a game day Oreo. I would maybe say like, I don't know, mild.
Oreo
Oreo
light.
mild. Or
Mild.
being told that the segment's over. So we gotta go. This was delightful in some ways. Time right now is 9:44. We have much more to get to here on Art Rochester. When we come back, we are getting tips to keep you on track for dry January.
As long as I'm not gonna shake my cookies.
We're back after this.
9:47 this morning. We're almost one full week into the new year, and millions of people are embracing dry January, challenging themselves to pass on the alcohol and focus on their health and well-being.
Yeah, the movement has been growing since 2012, helping people discover their physical and mental benefits of going alcohol-free. For more on dry January and some tips on how to stay on track, we're joined now by Dr. Sun Jones from the University of Phoenix. Good morning. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting me this morning.
Can we get right into it and talk about dry January and the benefits that come from taking a month off?
Thank you. So abstaining from alcohol just even a week, or in this case, dry January, so entire month, you can help your liver functions to improve. Some people who suffer from hypertension, your blood pressure can improve as well. Many people believe that alcohol will help them sleep better, but however, on the research findings shows that it really disrupts the REM sleep. So if you abstain from alcohol, it's going to help them feel more refreshed when they wake up and feel more energetic, and they are going to have some more mental clarity.
And I will openly admit here that, yeah, I have occasionally partaken in a couple of drinks, and with the mindset of, oh, I'll sleep and you don't sleep like a baby. It's anything but.
Yeah.
You wake up exhausted and not feeling your best self.
Exactly. So when you have a couple of drinks, first 30 minutes or so, you may feel a little drowsy, but however, in a couple of hours, when the alcohol breaks down, that you're going to wake up more, so you get really disrupted sleep, which means that you're going to disrupt that really important REM sleep. That's why you're not feeling better when you wake up in the morning after drinking.
How did this movement take off so quickly?
It's all the benefits, not only the physical health, it's the mental health. A lot of people drink, thinking that it's going to help their depression and anxiety, but it does totally the opposite. I have seen, as a family nurse practitioner, I've seen many, many patients for the last 24 years, and they feel more depressed. And then, of course, they get more anxious after drinking. So staying away from alcohol will help them with a better mood, and which that is one of the reasons I think people are really embracing this dry January.
There are some people who will sail through dry January, absolutely no issue. There are some people who will hit a wall on a Friday and say, oh, I can't believe I did dry January. I'd love to, have a drink at the end of the week. As the month moves on, for people who find it a bit more challenging, does it become easier?
So it gets very challenging, especially in January. We have a lot of football games, on Sundays, right? So it becomes, and then with the Super Bowl coming in February, it becomes very, very challenging. So, as that social pressure and the environment where the drinking is just, called for, those are very, very challenging for many, many people. And so avoiding those situations might be very helpful, or bring yourself, when you're going over to your friend's house for that football game, bring some non-alcoholic beverages to help yourself. And then you have to keep on reminding yourself, that what is your ultimate goal here? What do you want to do? And then ask your friends and family, to help you support your goal. And those will be really helpful, in those challenging situations.
And that can be a hard conversation to have with the game. You go to a party, there's alcohol, and maybe there aren't a lot of non-alcoholic options. And it's easy to kind of just give in and say, all right, well, one beer isn't going to ruin the month for me. And then next thing you know, it's you're
one
you're
leads to
spiraling.
another. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true, very true. I've helped many patients overcome that drinking, not just for dry January, but drinking issues and problems and addiction. So it is that one drink that can really set back. So overcoming and that craving and that temptation for that one drink is so important. So having your friends and family support you in that, or just remove yourself from that situation and that temptation, then make some excuses to remove yourself yourself from situation might be the best option at that time.
Doc, let me ask you, we didn't prep you on this, but I'm wondering if we can just have your take on it. The Surgeon General's warning that came out just this past Friday, the link between alcohol and cancer.
You know, I totally agree. It is, you know, a little behind. We have seen so many patients with pancreatic cancer and colon cancer and other cancers due to drinking. And it is just very timely that announcement was made with the dry January. So, you know, we can, you know, increase the awareness of that, you know, cancer risk, you know, with the drinking. So, yeah, I totally agree. We need to take drinking alcohol just more seriously.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Before we end here, what is your last piece of advice for somebody who's maybe, you know, struggling to get through dry January or struggling with even the idea of maybe doing dry February?
Well, you know, this is a perfect time to reset your mindset of being in January. It's going to boost your physical and mental health and also save money from not buying the alcohol, right? So, you know, you can start the year very strong and become very healthier and in this year. So, you know, all the tips, and you can buy those, you know, apps, or you can use the telephone apps to, you know, support yourself in endeavor. But however, you know, just be truthful to yourself and keep up with your good physical and mental health by not drinking. So,
Dr. Jones from the University of Phoenix, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Absolutely. And a reminder for anyone at home, if you or someone you know is struggling with alcoholism, there is help available with Alcoholics Anonymous, AA.org.
Time right now is 9:55. Stick around when we come back. Our final thoughts of the morning. On this Monday, welcome back. Time for our final thoughts of the morning here on ARC Rochester.
You have any final thoughts, Abigail? I know you got some thoughts.
Say out loud.
No, so let's get to the poll of the day instead. This morning, all morning, we've been talking about the Buffalo Bills' yesterday's loss. We don't care about it because none of the starters were playing. We just wanted to know, are you worried about the Bills in the playoffs? We gave you two options today, keeping it simple, just a yes or a no.
The answers, no. 62% of you.
Look at
You
that.
know what? I dig it. I love it. I love the
Yes.
confidence.
Yes.
Feeling good about Sunday in Orchard Park. Looks like it's going to be a good game. And, you know, fingers crossed.
Prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
Very true.
Right there. Hey, that does it for us here on Arc Rochester. Make sure to wake up with us tomorrow morning over on 13 Wham starting at